All right, hey, good evening, Facebook. Hey, I wanted to take a moment to speak to you all about something that we have already discussed tonight at Abundant Life, our PFL ministry, which is Partners for Life. We talked about commitment tonight. And the reason that I'm doing the recap is because a lot of our couples were not present, but I know that they were calling some of the other couples asking, hey, how did it go and things of that nature. So I just wanted to do a brief recap of what was discussed tonight at our PFL session. So if I can focus your attention right here, tonight's topic was when your commitment takes blows. When your commitment takes blows. And I began the session talking about what is a straw-built commitment, what is a stick-built commitment, and what is a brick or rock-built commitment. So that's what we talked about tonight. And I came from John 3:16, where it says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever shall believe in him should not perish, but should have everlasting life. So basically, I started out talking about the ultimate commitment that Jesus Christ has given to us, his people. The ultimate commitment that he is still giving to us today. And some of the blows, if you will, when your commitment takes blows. Some of the blows that Jesus Christ took. The blows that he took was not only verbal blows, but they were physical blows, there were mental blows, there were emotional blows. He took all, the word even says that he was tempted in all points, just like you and I. So that was the backdrop tonight that I came from, the scripture that I came from, just to illustrate what I wanted to talk about when I mean straw built or stick built or brick or rock built commitment. Everyone is familiar about the story of the three little pigs. The three little pigs. If you remember in that story, the three little pigs, they went out, they built these houses. The reason they built the houses was because they wanted protection against wind, against the blowing, against obstacles, different things that may come their way. They built these houses to protect themselves. Well, when the first pig went out, he built his house of straw. It was a straw-built house. Now, if you know anything about straw, straws are very flimsy. They're not only flimsy, they are light. They are very thin. Well, this particular pig built his house made of straw. When he built his house, the wolf came knocking. When the wolf was knocking, he wanted to get into the house. He said, hey, let me in. And you all know the story. The pig said, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. So what did the wolf say? The wolf said, okay then, I'm going to huff, I'm going to puff, and I'm going to blow your house down. And that's exactly what he did. Because the house was built with straw. It didn't take long to build that house. It only took a few minutes to build that house. So it did not last. So when we talk about a straw-built commitment, there are times that in our relationships, they are straw-built. When I say straw-built in the sense of relationships, I'm basically talking about straw-built meaning that every little thing gets you upset. Every little thing gets you angry. Wife leaves the cap off of the toothpaste. You mad. You gone storming out the door. Or somebody gone in another room. Somebody's upset. You're giving them the silent treatment. Or something like that. It's just every little thing can tick you off. There's no commitment there. So that's what I consider a straw-built commitment. Now, you also have what we call a stick-built commitment, where you know the second pig, what did he do? He went out, he built his house. He said, listen, I just need this to protect me from the wiles of this world. In other words, the wolf. So the wolf goes to the pig house, he knocks on the door, and what does the pig say? Well, what is it? What do you want? He said, hey, I just want to come in. The pig says, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. You know the story. Not about how my chin. And then the wolf replies, okay, well, I'm going to huff, I'm going to puff, and I'll just blow the house down. And that's what happened. You guys remember that. He blew that house down because it was a stick-built house. Now, as you all know, when we talk about sticks, it's a little bit tougher. It's a little bit stronger than straw. A little bit thicker, a little bit stronger. So what God gave me as it relates to sticks, stick-built commitments are often owned commitments. 1 minute you're doing good. Everything good. And when it's good, it's good. The relationship is good. The commitment is good. But when it's bad, it's really, really bad. I mean, it takes something a little bit stronger to hit you, but when it hits you, you want to throw in the towel. You want to get up. You start throwing the D word around, which is divorce and things of that nature. That's when it's a stick-built commitment. And back to our story. The wolf blew that house down because it wasn't built on something that could last. Now, lastly, what I talked about tonight was the brick or rock-built commitment. When I say brick or rock-built, that's what the third pig built his house on. It was built up on brick, or he built it with brick. So when the wolf came to the house, knocked on the door and said, hey, I want to come in. What did the pig say? Not by the hair of my chin. So same thing. Wolf said, okay, I'm going to huff and I'm going to puff and I'm going to just blow the house down. Well, that wolf was blowing and he is still blowing today. He did not get in that house. Why? Because it was built on rock. If I could get the camera to focus right here, right quick. Notice it says brick rock. When I say rock, I'm talking about the rock of Jesus Christ. So when we build our relationships, when we build our commitments, it must be built on the rock of Jesus Christ. So that house did not come down. So what God gave me as it relates to building your house or building your commitment on with bricks, in other words, it's built on the rock of Jesus Christ. These commitments aren't going anywhere. This type of commitment has the mindset of no matter what, babe, it's you and I. The pressure of life will come, but you in shape. The brick-built commitment has you settled in your mind. Separation is not an option. Divorce is not an option. This type of commitment expects the wind. You know it's coming when you're in this type of commitment. You expect the rain. You know it's coming when you are in a brick or a rock-built commitment. This commitment says if we lose everything, we got each other. We're banking on each other. Get this, Facebook. Your level of work is in direct correlation to the strength of your commitment. Hear me. Your level, God gave me this now, your level of work is in direct correlation to the strength of your commitment. So the last pig, when he built his house, it took him a while to build it. He had the brick, the mortar, the sand, and the water and all this. And it took him a while to build that house. He didn't cut any corners. So when he built that house, it was strong. It was built to last. So when we talk about a brick or a rock-built commitment between you and your spouse, it's going to take work. And that's an everyday work. That's something that you cannot take a day off on. Neither party can. So you want to work. If you're not to that point, you can get to that point. Once you get to that point where you involve the rock in everything that you do, every commitment that you make, every process that you may go through, you involve the rock, and your commitment will be strong, just like that brick-made house of that pig. Every wind, every pressure, every devastation, everything that comes against it, it shall forever stand because you have the rock of Jesus Christ as your backing. All right, that's what we talked about tonight. You guys have a good one.